Welcome to Anno 1800. Here are 15 things I wish I knew before playing Anno 1800 on console. First off, the controls. Unlike PC, we cannot click anywhere on the screen or have the same buttons. If you therefore hold RB or R1 and then move around the map, you see it will move much faster. The regular speed is good for moving around your island, while the sped up version is great for quickly moving to a specific place on the map. Alternatively, you can use RS, right stick, or R3 to quickly jump to your other islands. You can also command ships to do multiple things at once. If you press L1 or LB and then X or square, you can mark multiple things. The ships will then go to these locations one after the other. You can also mark multiple ships to attack, for example. Now it can be pretty hard to maintain everything and still make money. So early on and even late game, there are certain tricks to make things easier, like avoiding war at all costs. So give compliments where necessary and don't assume pirates are bad right away. They can be pretty handy for acquiring good ships early on. There are all kinds of methods to making money, but the best thing to do when you're in debt and you're approaching a certain defeat is to simply turn off the money grabbers. These are usually big factories, buildings, or even ships. Everything has its price. Eliminating the big costs can make all of the difference. So I'd suggest you put your focus on eliminating costs first to save your skin and then making money. Don't make more than you need. You don't need housing for 1,000 people right away. Focus on their needs. Don't overproduce anything at the beginning unless you need it to make more money or to satisfy the needs of your settlers. Oh, and don't forget to make a marketplace before you make housing, or they will be abandoned pretty quick. You can of course then rebuild them, but it will cost unnecessary wood, which is scarce too in the beginning. Now overproducing can be good too. For example, with making a lot of soap. Soap is relatively easy to produce, and there is a specific character in the game which really likes soap. Eli Bleakworth loves the stuff. Just throw it in one of your cargo ships or even smaller attack ships, and just go to his island, click on his trading post and then sell the soap. This is very profitable and easy, especially if you want to keep your industry going and survive with a big negative income. Other methods of quickly making more money are making and selling ships. Frigates, for example, which can sell easily for 20k and they only require 40 timber, 20 sails and 15 weapons. This can stack up quickly if you got the industry to support it. Another easy way, especially in the beginning, is to do these destroy or protect quests.
Have your investigations been fructo?
Which pop up now and then. You can even request these in the diplomacy menu. Now another thing I did not realize was the fact that there is a wind direction, which obviously helps ships which rely on wind. Steamboats have a lower max speed, but are consistent regardless of wind direction, while sailboats are very slow when moving against the wind and very fast when moving in the right direction. Another great tip is to not underestimate the paved roads. I always thought it was mainly cosmetic and that they cost a lot of bricks for basically nothing. Well, they increase the range of public and production buildings, so you also need less warehouses. Keep in mind though, that warehouses also have a maximum capacity in which they supply or service. So watch out for giving them too much tasks or you'll slow down the production line. You can of course upgrade these too, to increase the capacity. Unlike what most think, upgrading the warehouses does not increase storage capacity on your island. To increase that, you have to upgrade the trading post. You can see it when hovering over it too. But if you're anything like me, you just do something in the beginning and figure out why later. Another way of upgrading the storage capacity is to build depots in your harbor. Just make sure to build them as far in the sea as possible to avoid having no space left for fishery. Now, since not all islands have the same resources, trading between them is essential, especially with the new world. When you have trade routes set up, you are a prime target for pirates, and they will randomly attack you. This is why, to avoid frustration, make peace with them, or at least try to flatter them to maintain good relations.
A true pirate? I've heard worse about me than that.
But if you want to blast everyone out of your way, make sure you are escorting your own ships to avoid them getting destroyed. But keep in mind that for every ship extra, you pay maintenance costs too. so it's much cheaper to stay friendly. But what's the fun in that, huh? Now late game you can earn a lot of serious cash with investing into other islands. It can even cost them to declare war on you. You can see how much income you get with one share and how much it costs. If they buy that share back, you just get your cash back. If you instantly want to sell it, you can sell it to the queen, but this is at a reduced rate. And you still need to buy them back from the queen if you ever want to take over the island. It takes 10 in-game minutes for the share menu to become available again after a purchase. But you can of course speed up this time by clicking Y on Xbox or triangle on PS5. And then moving it left or right. Now if you bought all of the shares of an island, you won't get anything except the island. So don't think you will get a big island full of houses, big industry or infrastructure. It will basically delete the whole island except the trading post. And it will get rid of your income too, because now you're in charge. So if you're making bank having all the shares, think twice. Make fire stations, and not just next to your houses, also in the factory areas. Because this will just prevent everything from getting destroyed. And it's very cheap too. You can see the range this has when you move this building around. The greener, the better. Here, those paved roads are very handy too. Bulk selection is also very helpful. If you want to destroy a large amount of structures, everything, or specific buildings, the demolish tool is your best friend. Just press L2 or LT on Xbox, then select the demolish tool. And from there, you can select the range with LB or L1, and then delete everything you want. You can also upgrade large amount of buildings all at once. If your resources allow it, of course, press L2 or LT again. From there, go to the upgrade tool, and then once you're hovering above the house tier or building you want to bulk upgrade, press and hold to select the area, and you're done. Now the console version obviously has different controls. For better or for worse, just check these settings if you're just beginning or even if you're already a veteran. The auto blueprint setting is annoying for me because I don't want a blueprint, I want the building in question. If I'm not able to, because of the lack of resources, I want to just get a notification saying that I don't have enough. That's what this setting is for. Then the second thing I change right away is the sticky selection. On console, in order to build something, you have to aim with these sticks to get to the building in question on the radial menu, and then click A on Xbox or X on PS5. Many times I released these sticks before I clicked, resulting in nothing and a lot of wasted clicks. If you turn on sticky selection, it will stay on the last selected building, avoiding the entire problem. Last but not least, you can get free of charge charter trade routes, but only the first. Charter routes are routes which hire schooners, from an unknown party instead of using ships which you can build and own yourself. The ships are also immune against disease. You'd still need to protect them against pirates though, if you don't want the goods to get lost in the sea. But if you don't care about that, you can just let them get destroyed and the AI will replace it. And after that, it will just go back to the original trading route. Thanks for checking out my video today. And if you have any questions or maybe better tips, leave them in the comments down below.